So the story came out over the weekend about the Code Geass 10th anniversary event. What? That's pretty hard to believe. It's already been 10 freaking years. I recall watching Code Geass back when I was in high school. In honor of these 10 years since the franchise first began, they're going to be hosting this Code Geass event this month. The Code Geass no Kiseki no Anniversary. The reason I wanted to make a video about this and talk about it is just because Code Geass has been one of my favorite animes for a while now. At one point, it was even my most favorite one. Even now, I would easily put it in my top 5. But back to this event and why I wanted to talk about it. This 10th anniversary event is teasing fans with the Demon's Rebirth. The official Code Geass Twitter page went ahead and posted this picture. Apparently, a couple of lucky fans got invited via this ticket. Like I mentioned, this event is taking place this month, on November 27th, so about 2 weeks from now. The actual invitation comes with this letter. It supposedly has this hidden message within it, Rebirth of the Demon. I went ahead and checked out the explanation going around, and sure, it's there. Although honestly, it is more than a little bit of a stretch of how they're putting this together. If it turns out that this is true, that'd be pretty awesome if this was intentional. If you guys recall, the first episode of the first season was titled The Day a New Demon Was Born. Season 2 episode 1 then was called The Day a Demon Awakens. They could be doing this as a setup for a possible third season, The Rebirth of a Demon. It'd be a perfect way to kick off a new season. So how do you guys feel about this? Would you guys be interested in seeing a third season? Are you guys even a fan of Code Geass? I could already see some people writing comments about how Code Geass sucks ass. As for myself, I did mention that I'm a pretty huge Code Geass fan, so should this third season actually happen? Well, there's always been some talk about a possible third season a few years after the second one ended. There also, of course, has always been that ongoing debate about whether Lelouch survived at the very end. But let me not get into that right now. Everyone obviously knows that he's alive. But seriously, now we're a decade from the beginning of Code Geass. Right now, there isn't anything confirmed about what they're going to be announcing. But let's just go ahead and have fun and play around with the idea. So Code Geass R3, what could they possibly do for the story? The way I see it, it'd be best if they do some type of time skip. So 5 to 10 years into the future. We could have Lelouch and Cece having been living a simple life together, somewhere in the middle of nowhere on some farm. Occasionally, they were traveling place to place. In order for a third season to even happen, there would need to be a new world threat. But what could it be? They could always go back to the well for this. It could be another Geass user. We already had more Geass users pop up in the second season. It could be some mysterious elite Geass user that in some way is seeking out world domination. So if they wanted to, they could do it, but should they? I'm personally very split on this. There's always that risk of them completely screwing everything up with a new season. On the other hand, there's also the potential to build onto the first 2 seasons. They'd have to handle this with extreme care. Hopefully they would do it similar to how the first 2 seasons were executed. Of course, if we simplify this and the question comes down to nothing versus a new season, I'm gonna slightly be leaning towards the new season. Just fingers crossed that they don't frack it up. If they don't actually plan to do a sequel to the second season, there's actually a couple of other options they could do. There's already been several manga and light novels released for Code Geass. Several of these don't actually even focus on Lelouch. They could give us an alternative telling to the Code Geass story. There's one in particular right now that focuses on Suzaku, and another one that even focuses on Nanali as the main character. In the Nightmare of Nanali, it's instead her getting the Geass. This Geass power allows her to summon this new nightmare as her body to command. Yeah, it's definitely pretty weird. But if they wanted to adapt some of these stories or some ideas from them, I'm definitely on board. Anyway, I'm just throwing out some ideas with this video. If you guys have any ideas on a possible third season, or just an alternative telling on Code Geass, let me know your ideas down below. We're going to be finding out what exactly is happening in 2 weeks. But if you guys had to choose right now, would you guys prefer a new season or a completely new story? Maybe some of you guys don't even like Code Geass, but are still watching. Is there anyone out there that hasn't yet seen Code Geass? You definitely should. Anyway, if you enjoyed this 10th anniversary Code Geass and a possible third season idea video, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. For more anime videos like this, including reviews, definitely be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys later.